That might just be small talk. You might just be building relationships with those people when you say those things. But there is a real subconscious effect when you do that. You are affirming what you've been told to believe your whole life, what you've been told to do your whole life, which is to dread Monday and to live for the weekends. Well, hey there. Wow, my landlord recently cut down a very large pine tree that was right outside this basement window. And oh my gosh, thank you so much. Look at this natural lighting. It is perfect for filming videos in the late afternoon. In this particular video, I would like to talk about patterns. This is something that I think everyone can benefit from, especially people who are my clients, people who are trying to get on board with a fitness program, who are trying to improve their lives, people who are struggling with a schedule or self-discipline, people that I can very much personally relate to. I think this is going to be some very helpful advice for you. So I just PR'd on bench press for the first time in over a year. Disclaimer, I have not been trying for an entire year. I did take some breaks in there. I really wish I hadn't because I knew that I had the strength. But honestly, taking about 4 or 5 months off of powerlifting and focusing on strengthening my shoulders really improved my bench press. I am now only 15 pounds away from the 1,000 pound club. A huge 85-pound difference from the time that I started this New Year's resolution in January. I will get to 1,000 pounds before 2019, and I am excited. But I had to use discipline to get where I am now. I had to use a schedule for my workout programs. I had to be self-disciplined. I had to have a plan. I had to have a routine. When you build a routine, when you build a schedule, when you're trying to increase your discipline and get yourself to do something that you don't normally do, you are creating a new pattern, right? A new set of habits that you want to try to adhere to over a set period of time. And this can be difficult because in order to do that, you usually have to break old patterns to make room for these new patterns. And I want to talk to you guys about the old patterns because we all have them. You can be like how I was when I used to tell people, oh, I don't have a schedule. No, I'm not very good at schedules. I tend to stay up late at night, sleep in. I just kind of do things when I feel like doing them. Well, you're wrong. You do have a schedule. It's subconscious. Just because you're not aware of these patterns doesn't mean that they're not happening. Now, your brain, your subconscious mind, your biology, your body has a set of patterns, a set of routines and schedules that it sticks to on a daily, weekly, yearly schedule all the time. And you might not be aware of it. These are things that you do, these patterns that you fall into. For example, if you're one of those people who gets, really down on Monday because, oh, it's Monday, I have to go to work, it's going to be dreary. You get to work, you talk to your coworkers, hey, happy Monday, right, man? Beginning of a new week, glad to be here. That might just be small talk. You might just be building relationships with those people when you say those things. But there is a real subconscious effect when you do that. You are affirming what you've been told to believe your whole life, what you've been told to do your whole life, which is to dread Monday and to live for the weekends. Conversely, if when Friday gets here, you're running around the office going, thank God it's Friday, and you spend your weekend partying, you live up your week, you're living for the weekend, right? If you fall into that pattern, that's a schedule. That's a routine. That is something your brain is used to doing. On another note, there are different kinds of reactive patterns that you can be a part of. I will share something very personal that I've never shared on camera or with my social media before, and that is that I pick my skin. I do it completely subconsciously. Now, I'll even get close here, well, that's pretty bright. But you see these speckles here? You see how my skin is kind of speckled? Some of those are moles, but most of them are scars. My back is even worse. Usually you can't see it because I'm far enough away from the camera. Sometimes I tan during the summer and you can't see it, but I pick it myself all the time. If I'm standing in front of a computer and I'm getting even remotely stressed, I will reach my hand up my sleeve and I'll feel for any kind of bump that I can find and I'll pick it. I'll do the same thing with my back. If I'm standing like watching, I'll reach back here and I'll scratch, but I'll pick something if I can find it. It's a nervous reaction, it's some sort of compulsion, maybe it's an anxiety response, I don't know. I'm not diagnosed with anxiety or anything like that, but believe me when I say this, we all have anxiety. We all experience stress and we all handle it in our own ways. This is an unhealthy way to handle stress or anxiety or whatever it is that makes me do it. This is a pattern. I have been picking since high school. And this year, thankfully, I've really slowed down. Most of these dots on my arms and my back are scars. They have healed. I finally got myself to stop doing it, and most of them are healing. I still do it sometimes. And this is a pattern that I'm trying to break because I want to become healthier. I want to be more disciplined. I want to be more in control of my body, my mind, my routine, my daily schedule, all of it. And I'm doing a photo shoot. I haven't scheduled it yet. It's either going to be this winter or maybe in the spring of 2019. But I'm doing a photo shoot, a fitness photo shoot, which means no shirt, which means I don't want to have these scars all over my body. So what I'm currently doing is I'm trying to break this pattern of picking. I'm trying to create a new nervous response. And what I do is I usually keep a hairband on my wrist and I'll fiddle with this. It sounds kind of ridiculous because I could go buy one of those fidget spinners, right, and just carry that around. But if I have something to play with, sometimes if I chew gum or if I have a toothpick, if I have something to fiddle with, it prevents me from falling into that old pattern. And that's a lot of the times what you need to do to break an old pattern. You need something new to replace it with that serves you to the same effect. So instead of getting really excited on Fridays and really down on Sunday night and Monday mornings, try flipping it. Try getting yourself hyped for the week. On Monday mornings, be a beacon for all the people who come into your office and they're sad because it's Monday. You know, try to actually talk it up and spend your weekends doing something resourceful. Do something work-related on your weekend and get an extra step ahead of where you should be. Get ahead in life. Create new patterns to replace the old ones, because generally the subconscious patterns that you may not be aware that you're falling into are the destructive ones. And the patterns that you wish you had, that you wish you could replace those old ones with, those are generally better, higher quality habits that are going to take you further in life. So I'd encourage all of you to sit down maybe with a pen and paper or talk to a camera and write down all of the things that you catch yourself doing throughout the week. Maybe, keep your phone on you and record a little clip of audio every time you catch yourself doing something. But pay attention to what you're doing, what your body's doing. Pay attention to the thoughts that recur in your mind throughout the week. A lot of these patterns are thought patterns. They're repetitive thoughts that you have, self-doubt, anxiety, stress, all kinds of things that constantly come back and invade your space without you being aware. So that's all I got for you guys today on patterns. I think this is a useful exercise for anyone, and doing it once is not enough. This is something that you ought to do every couple of months, if not every month, because your patterns will change as you change them. Every time you implement something new, there will be new subconscious devices that arise and grow stronger. And if you don't take inventory, they can start to control you and have a real effect on you and your life. Just look at all the scars on my back and my arms. That just goes to show you how powerful these things can be. Anyways, hope you're all having a great day. I gotta finish my work up here. This was just a short video. After this, I'm going to go back upstairs and work on my new morning routine that I have been planning. I'm super excited to share that with you guys soon in another video. So take care, have a great day, and as always, train lively.